Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So today, folks, we got a bit of news yesterday about the Vic's defamation case. In a 10-minute, 45-second video, Nick Rekieta came out and he summarized what had happened, what's happened with the case up to this point, and then at the end made an announcement that he has confirmed that Vic is appealing all 17 counts. So Vic Mignogna is appealing all 17 counts that were dismissed against him by Judge Shupp. All 17 counts that were against Funimation, Jamie Markey, Monica Rial, and Ron Toy. Now I know everybody, I know we all were hoping for this to happen. Many of us were even expecting it to happen. So now, according to Nick, it was over the next 10 to 11. So basically, the paperwork, the appeal paperwork should be filed by the latest, I'm guessing, by next Thursday, the 24th. That's the latest, a week before Halloween. So, with that, let me talk a little. I mean, we've all been through. So basically, I think everybody, if you saw the summation last night, or if you've been following everything, you pretty much know what's already going on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just kind of give, kind of the breakdown of what could possibly happen, at least from what I know. Of course, I'm not a lawyer. Nick would probably be going into this more in depth sometime over the next few days as we learn more and more about, what will be said in the appeals paperwork. And what I understand, it does cost quite a bit of money. That's why we got to still continue to contribute to the GoFundMe to help Vic out with this stuff. So with that, so now that they're appealing the case, one of three things could possibly happen. The first is the appeals court could I think one of three or four things should happen. So I'll go into all that. So the first thing is they could overrule they could overrule Judge Shupp on every single cause of action. All 17. They could just simply say, you know something, Judge Shupp, you got it wrong. And this case does in fact need to move forward. So we're sending it back to you to move forward on it because you were wrong in dismissing these charges. They could just outright overrule them. They could what is called remand. They could also say, well, you didn't do this right. So what they could do is they could remand the case back remand them to redo the TCPA here, and they could say, something, you didn't do this right, you didn't apply the law correctly. So here's how the law is supposed to be applied. They could write it out, say, with instructions saying, this is how the law is supposed to be applied. Remand it, what they call remanding, or send it back to Chup to redo the TCPA with the instructions. In other words, from what I understand, he must comply with that. They could remand it back to him for reconsideration or to redo the TCPA hearing. Now, the first choice is obviously the one we'd all hope for, is that they just simply overrule him and move the case forward. It's just as likely they could remand it. He could have to do the TCPA all over again with instructions. And then there is, and I know none of us on I Stand With, those of us who have been standing with Vic, don't want to hear or acknowledge this, but we kind of have to. They could also vote to uphold Judge Shep's decisions. Now, personally, I don't think they are. I think the three-judge panel, you're more likely going to get either the overrule or the remand, or what the option I'll go over in a sec here. But they could find that Judge Shep was totally correct in how he assessed it. But as Nick pointed out, I think the facts are overwhelmingly on Vic's side. I think once they see that, they will more likely overrule or remand. Now, the fourth option is a combination of the first two. They could overrule outright some of the causes and remand others for reconsideration. They could do that too. So those are basically the four options: overrule outright, remand outright, uphold, or a combination of the first two. So, but well, again, as Nick said, they have 10 to 11 days. Probably now on Monday here, it's like 10 days. I'd say, as I said, they probably have to have the paperwork filed by next Thursday, the 24th, is what I'm guessing. So, in order for the appeal to go through. So, I think that's what we're all hoping. I think what we're all hoping for is the appeal goes through, and then they will overrule Judge Shop. But there are other options to consider too. Now, also, it's a good time to give people a bit of a warning too. Now that Vic has decided to appeal the case, Kick Vic is going to go back on the offense. Now, I don't like talking about him. I don't like particularly talking about specific members of Kick Vic, but we have to be ready for them to go on the attack, to basically go back into trying to do as much damage on social media as they can by calling us Nazis, by calling us rape apologists, by calling us pedos, basically anything make us look like the evil ones when they're the ones acting like the evil ones. Okay? What these people have done to Vic is evil. Okay? What they try to do to him is evil. And evil succeeds when good people sit and do nothing. So I'm happy and I'm proud of Vic for standing up to these bullies, to these terrorists in Kick Vic. It's about time somebody really stands up to the Me Too movement, to all these other anarchist elements in our society, these people who just continually play the victim, and won't take any personal responsibility for themselves. It's always somebody else's fault. Me Too needs to burn. Cancel culture needs to burn. Okay? So, with that, if you want to contact me directly, you can check the link below. My Twitter handle will be down there. You can always direct message me or comment on my videos or on my tweets. I'm also supporting a number of dub companies because I want y'all to remember that Funimation is not the only game in town. There's a lot of other dub companies that do a lot of good work, as well as a lot of voice actors who aren't associated with Funimation, who don't always get the recognition they deserve, and that's why I hope you guys will catch a lot of my VA profiles, voices big and small, to learn more about some of these other voice actors that you don't hear about as much. Granted, there are going to be some names in there that you'll know. Others, there may be some that you don't. Maybe it'd be good to familiarize yourself with their work. I'm also promoting Fantasy South Phoenix animation. Also, of course, I'm promoting Vic's GoFundMe. You know, I've just kept the same spiel every time I've talked about it. Just simplify it, even though I know until we knew that he was gonna, it was probably wise to slow that down a bit. But um, I'm of course promoting Vic's GoFundMe. There's the Ortiz family GoFundMe for Lisa Ortiz's brother who lost his house in that storm. And there's that Umbrella guy's Indiegogo, for his comic. And always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. If you're able to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you can't donate, you can still help out by sharing the link. Maybe you'll find somebody in your network of friends who will look at the situation and go, this guy is getting the shaft. I do want to give him a hand. So spreading the word helps as much as donating, because the wider the net, the greater the resource, you know. Um, and and if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And hit the notification bell. I always look forward to talking to you guys. Long, of course, it's civil and as long as it's civil and respectful, um, I will usually reply right back to you, when you comment. So, and with that, until tomorrow, bye.